A quarter of my life gone by, and I met all my friends online. I'm awesome.
Woo!
Josh!
I'm awesome! That's right. I'm so awesome I gotta play the awesome song, because that's how awesome I am. I'm fluent out awesomeness. And you see me, you're like, holy shit! I believe that guy's pretty awesome.
Biceps getting fatter in the middle.
Yeah, I am. Why do you have to play that part? I want to keep it a secret. Alright, okay. Thanks, man. What is up, London?
Yeah!
Oh, come on, there's a lot. Well, there's not a lot, but there should be more noise than that. Come on.
Yeah!
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get this started. So, now, I love my girlfriend. I'm not gonna lie. She's awesome. She's right there. Hi, hon. Now, if you've seen my set before, you're probably like, oh, here comes the pussy jokes. But no. No. I'm higher class now. I'm highbrow. I'm gonna go to her butt. I'm joking. But yeah, but she can be kind of lazy sometimes, though. I'm not gonna lie. And, yeah, I heard some ooze, but yeah, she is. So anyways, in our apartment building, way at the end of the hall, there's a garbage chute. So I had to go and take out the garbage one day. And I was like, yeah, you know, garbage. So I'm bringing out the garbage, and I walk by this door, and this door is making really weird noises. And what's something like this? Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, hello. So, you know, I'm kind of standing there being a little bit of a creep, and you know, they keep on going. Yeah. I wanted to knock on the door and be like, hey, can I assist in this situation that is going on? But I knew for sure that if I were to open the door or knocked on the door, it would just be one guy in front of his computer just going, no man, I'm good. But, so I continued standing there just to, you know, arouse myself, and not gonna lie. And it came to a point where the noises made a turn. So it was like, yeah, and then I went, oh yeah, you like that? I'm like, no sir, no I do not like that. That is not something I enjoy. And the reason why is because when I'm sitting there cranking off one, and I'm like, you know, watching the porno, if you didn't know by now, and I hear like, you know, the girls going at it, but right when the guy comes in, I'm just like, oh, man, this is no longer my penis inside this lovely woman. Now it's his. Now I'm watching two people do it, and it's weird. I don't like it. I liked it before, when it was no man and just a woman. But, I'm just picturing right now, like, say for example when it was going on, right, when they were shooting the set, and there's the camera guy, he's getting right in there, and he's like the camera guy, the producer, and the sound guy, because there's no way they have a whole crew there. You know, the guy with the mic's like, I'm totally getting the sound of this vagina right now. This is good sound going through my headset. This is perfect vagina noise. But, you know, there's no way, because like, there's one guy, and he's just like, I'm doing Zooms. But you know, like the guy's sitting there doing his work, right? And he's going at it, and then he notices the camera guy's focusing on her, and he's just like, what the fuck? You know, I just got this new haircut and been working on my abs, and you know, notice me. Hey. And the camera guy's just like, okay, what? And he's just like, I gotta get this guy to notice me. So he's just like, yeah, you like that? And the camera guy's like, dude, shut up. You like that? And again, the camera guy's like, what? It's her. It's not you. This is her job. You're supposed to shut up and just do it. And he's like, no, man. No, it's not that way. Because I want my time. And he just completely stops. He's like, I want my shine. I want my name on the front of the page. Not Ellen Page. I want my name. You know? Like, it's my name I want. And he's like, well, I'm doing a gay porno tomorrow, so by all means, you can stop on in. Well, that's that joke. Speaking of gay pornos, my buddy went up to me the other day. He's like, hey, what happened to Cowboys? And I said, I think it was Brokeback Mountain. Broke that one. I think he left that. Speaking of putting things in dicks, there's this, I work at the White Oaks Mall, right? And I work at the Subway. And across from the subway, there's a Tim Hortons and a fucking Starbucks. And I was working one day, and I noticed that this guy and his group of friends were coming out of Tim Hortons on his way to Starbucks. Now, only one guy had a coffee, though. So as he's walking to the Starbucks, I noticed that his two friends get a coffee, and then that one guy just does this. He's just like... And I'm like, well, he's probably being a dick to her right now. So if I was her in that situation, I would just be like, yeah, you do get a coffee. Yeah, it is cheaper and better, but guess what? And then just walk away like a gangster, just be alright. You know? Maybe say like a nifty one-liner, I'm walking away, just like as I'm walking away, just like, how's your coffee now? You know? Or even better, just say one word just to ruin his day, just, bitch. You know, just something like that. That'd be awesome. But she didn't. She just took it. So I was on Facebook a few days ago, and I came across this one guy who was like, oh man, I can't wait for the apocalypse to come, because I'm going to be shooting bitches. But I'm not sure if you ever shot a gun before, because I've shot a gun, and it scared the fuck out of me. Like, I mean, I was pointed down range, and then I shot it, and then immediately just went, ah! And I dropped it. And the guy's like, you gotta leave now, because you just dropped a loaded weapon. And I'm like, well, I'm scared. And as I'm walking away, this guy in a wheelchair rolls up with a freaking rifle, and he's like, pussy. And then he shoots it, and he rolls backwards, and I'm like, oh, thanks buddy for shooting my brother and his best man. Jerk. I hope you got shot and you got in that wheelchair. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not a pussy. But then I got a relapse the other day of my pussiness when my girlfriend and I kind of had a scare, and I had to go and get us a pregnancy test. And as I'm walking in, I'm like, okay, there it is. There's a pharmacy. I just gotta make it, grab it, and go. So I'm walking up, and I walk up to it, and I'm like, oh my god, there's one, and there's a 2-pack. And then every single Jew bone in my body is like, get the 2-pack. And I'm like, let's do it! So I get the 2-pack, and as I'm walking up, I'm like, thinking to myself, and I'm psyching myself up, you know, getting all ready for this. I'm like, yeah, I'm having a kid. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be able to go play video games. I can go to the children's museum without people looking at me. It's gonna be sweet. I'm like, I'm here because my kid's here. Ah! Let's go play at the McDonald's. My kid's just like, okay, Dad. We're gonna play at McDonald's. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have somebody to play video games with. I can teach them how to play music, because I love playing music, you know? And I'm like, oh. And I started getting into like the Highlander mode, and I was just like, yes, there shall be a seaman who will fertilize the seed. And I'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, yes, I'm having a baby. Possibly 2, because it could be twins. And that's 2 mouths I need to feed. Oh my god, holy shit. What if I drop one, and the one's retarded, the other one's okay? And they're like, I'm not retarded, brother. He's like, I'm not retarded, I'm special, Dad. I'm like, yeah, but because I dropped you. That's why you're special, because he didn't get dropped. And I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a shitty dad. I can't even make Kraft dinner properly. Like, I accidentally put too much milk once, and it tastes like soup. And I was like, oh my god, soup with cheese. Really cheesy soup. And I started freaking out even more. I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this, guys. I can't do this. And I'm ready to, the self-checkout, because I can't even look at somebody at this point. I'm like, I can't do this. So I put it up by the cookies, and I ran out. I get into the car, and my girlfriend's like, where is it? I'm like, I can't do it. And she's like, pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucked.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for the zombie apocalypse 2 come though, because it's gonna be awesome. Because I can't wait for that first day where somebody is like torturing their own death. They're like, totally getting eaten by a zombie right now. Hashtag eat face. Hashtag dead. Hashtag fucking A. Oh, that'd be awesome. What would be even more awesome than that though, it's like you see a celebrity, like a really hot one, and you're just like, hey dude, there goes Mila Kunis. I'm totally gonna make out with her. And my friend's like, do it dude! I'm like, alright. So I go up to her, I'm like, hello Mrs. Kunis. I screwed up your name, but you wanna make out? And she'd be all like, because she's a zombie, right? I'm like, I'll take that as a yes. And she's getting like all antsy, and I'm like, whoa, come on, calm down. You know, I'm not Justin Timberlake, but you know, calm down. Hold yourself. And she's like, I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this then. And I grab her by the head and try to make sure it's all like slow, because that's how I pictured it. And she's all like, and I'm like, yeah. And then she just latches on. I'm like, oh man, oh, we're totally making out. And then I'm like, oh, you're so good. And my friends are like, yeah, Josh, I'm totally gonna tweet this. Josh is totally making out with Mila Kunis. Hashtag eat fish, hashtag death. Because, you know, we gotta copy the one guy who did it first, right? But I think that'd be an awesome way to die. And then, you know, I'll do whatever, like rot on the ground. Because, to be honest, I'm not all about the, you know, I'm not all about the praises. I don't really believe that there's a heaven. Let's put it that way. But if there was one, I think you'd be like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You know, right when you get to the pearly gates, Jesus bowls out, he's like, you know, at first he's out with the cane, but then he's like, nope, I resurrected. And then like you get in there, and then you see like this pouch of clouds, and something's like popping out of it. And like, Jesus, what's that? He's like, it's nothing. You know, gets all serious about it, like, okay, Jesus, fuck. You know? So I've been doing comedy for a while, and like I said before, I usually close with a bunch of pussy jokes about my girlfriend, but this time I'm deciding to talk about somebody else's pussy. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Hi. So Matt's girlfriend came up to me the other day, and she was, by the way, by Matt, I mean Matt Kerr, not Matt Clark. You know, Sarah, you didn't say anything about yours, okay? But Matt Kerr's girlfriend came up to me the other day, and she was like, Josh, you know what you talk about on stage a lot? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you know that thing. I'm like, well, what thing? She's like, you know, the thing. I'm like, oh, you're talking about, you know, pussy farts. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what about it? She's like, it totally happened. Me and Matt were doing it, and I totally farted on his dick. And I was like, woo, good for you. All right, well, I've been Josh Wakens. You guys have been pretty awesome. Thanks for tolerating me for the time I was up here. Keep your hands down. For your host. Give it up for Word Salad, too.
Josh Wakens. Can you believe this guy seriously just started stand-up comedy a few months ago? Seriously? He seems like he's been at it for years. All right, and I'm glad he brought vaginas up, because that's an important subject. Has anyone seen the vagina monologues?